need to discuss Michael's next steps.
Don't even think about it.
You're applying for the job at Deception?
I ought to find myself a lawyer who will.
You are only causing more damage.
Get out. I have a better option. I promise I will be on my best behavior.
Did everyone conveniently forget that Diane got a court order to take the kids from Willow? I guess Chase somehow erased the part where he, did his job as an officer and helped Diane execute it. That court order means Willow legally lost custody of the kids, temporary or not. So no, it doesn't matter that the nanny has them. She's not obligated to hand them over to just anyone. If Tracy were holding those kids illegally, Chase would flash his badge and take them, not stand around chatting and begging for them to be returned. Also, wait, are we seriously setting up for Cody to punch Drew again? Classic. And seriously, Lulu and Emma, can we just be done with them? Both are awful at this point. Quick question. Why does Monica have more legal rights to those kids than all of their actual grandparents? Did I miss something? Lulu needs to take a deep breath. She can't keep attacking everyone, especially Dante. Charlotte already made it crystal clear she wants to stay with her dad. In the meantime, maybe spend some time with Rocco. She hasn't seen him in 4 years. Let's all remember, Michael was granted temporary full custody, and the kids were taken to Monica. That's where they are, and they're not going anywhere. Tracy's right to keep them. And now Willow's found yet another hero. It's almost poetic how the first guy she cheated on is now helping with the second guy she cheated on. I mean, it makes sense. Her first affair partner is totally useless. And honestly, I never thought I'd say this, but Nita actually made some sense yesterday. It wasn't all about her for once. Go figure. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. Tracy might not have any legal rights here, but let's be real, she's been absolutely genius this past week. Can we take a moment to appreciate Jane Elliott? It's almost like Tracy is the only one who actually cares about the kids' well-being. She's the one trying to shield them from the circus Willow and Drew have created. At least Chase seems to have finally gotten through to her. And speaking of Willow, they've totally axed Sam just to bring back this new version of Lulu. Can someone please tell her to grow up already? She has a son, for crying out loud. If I were him, I'd be like, Mom, remember me? I'm your kid too. I am not a fan of Chase right now. Willow is wrong on every level, and Sasha's been spot on in everything she's said about her. Remember when Sasha called Willow out days ago? That was pure gold. Let's hope Sasha shows up today to see Chase yelling at Tracy. Those kids are thriving at the Quartermain house, plus Sasha adores them. Finally, Chase and Willow had a conversation yesterday, thank goodness. It looks like Willow's waking up to the fact that Drew's been messing with her head, getting her to say and do things she should never have done. She's finally realizing that Carly and Sunny might actually have her back, and maybe Carly will hand over Wiley and Amelia to her. About time. Oh, and I just love how everyone keeps talking about how Tracy has no claim on the children. Technically, sure, but let's be honest. Those kids are living in their home with their real family. They've got a whole team of people who actually put them first, unlike their mother. Seriously, if Michael and Willow were still together, where would those kids be? Exactly where they are now with the same people. Willow really needs to take a step back and figure out why she's always looking for a hero and willing to tear apart her family to find one. And Tracy going after Carly? That was almost too much. Let's not forget, Tracy hates Monica. She never thought Monica was good enough for Elan. She despised AJ and Jason because they were standing in the way of ELQ for Ned. And don't even get me started on the house Alan gave Monica. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. It's honestly a bit worrying how they've been writing Carly's character lately. She's practically unrecognizable at this point. It's like they've taken everyone who used to be strong and independent and turned them into whiny shadows of themselves. Carly, of all people, would never have walked away from Drew or let him treat her like he did at the church. And she'd certainly never be running to Brennan for every little thing. That's just not her. Jason would never let Tracy manipulate him either. He used to be the one keeping Carly out of trouble, because we all know she wouldn't sit idly by while someone tried to keep her from her son. It's honestly getting ridiculous. The way they're writing off strong characters or weakening them before they leave, it's like they're just setting up to lose key players left and right. These writers either need to step up or step out. Now let's talk about Willow and her parenting. Why on earth should she get her kids back? She won't even let anyone see Michael, and if she gets those kids, she'll have all the power. There's zero guarantee she'd keep her word about letting Carly and Sonny have access to him. Plus, with Drew whispering in her ear, she's pretty much lost any trust she had left. Maybe Chase should have knocked some sense into her, assuming there's anything to knock. I can't believe Carly just sat there and took Drew and Tracy's little rant about her. Sure, she's trying to spend time with Michael and figure out where to send him next, but what about Lulu? With Laura as the mayor, you'd think she could do something to get Lulu a regular job and show a little more concern for her own son, Rocco. Instead, Lulu's at the magazine, doing who knows what. And where are Olivia, Diane, and Joss when Carly needs them? She's practically going it alone right now. And honestly, wouldn't it be hilarious if Carly and Nina, both grandmothers, teamed up to take down Drew? Oh, and I think a lot of people missed the fact that if Michael decides to go to Germany, Carly's going with him. I was thrilled to see Tracy rocking slippers on today's show. It's about time someone dared to ditch those torturous spike heels. Seriously, who can survive in those all day? As soon as I get home, the first thing I do is kick those things off. But hey, what do I know? On another note, Curtis has really lost his spark since getting with Portia. He was way more interesting when he was with Jordan. Now he's just, well, there. And I really hope Sidwell knows who he's dealing with when it comes to Ava. I'm pretty sure he knows she's Sonny's daughter's mom, and could even be aware that Rick is Sonny's brother. Just a hunch, but I think he might have planted that bomb in Sonny's apartment too. Who knows what else he's up to? Speaking of Drew, does anyone else get the feeling he's not exactly a genius? Having Tracy arrested, of all people, when she has that video from the nursery. And let's not forget, Ned has a copy of that other video from the brown dog, where Cody's yelling at Drew about his thing with Nina. Yeah, Drew's definitely going to regret that one. Tracy's about to have the last laugh. Oh, and could Cyrus be behind that fire at Sonny's penthouse? I mean, the guy literally tried to kill Sonny with Digitalis, so it wouldn't surprise me. Lastly, the whole medical proxy thing. Let me break it down. A medical proxy only gives someone the power to make medical decisions for you, not to ban visitors from your hospital room. It's not some all-powerful authority over your entire life. These writers are just pulling this stuff out of thin air at this point. Finally, Willow has finally come to her senses. Thank goodness. She's actually letting Sonny and Carly have access to Michael and participate in his care. Now, they just need to get Michael out of GH before Cyrus gets another chance to take a shot at him. Seriously, someone get him out of there now. Don't wait around. Cyrus can't be allowed to sink his claws into him again. Carly's already lost one baby. Another loss? She'd never survive it. And when the time comes, GH better give Monica the send-off she deserves. She's earned it 1,000 times over. It seems like the writers are setting up Carly and Brennan, Jason and Sasha. Now it's up to Frank and the crew to pull this all together. After Jason's line to Carly about Michael being the first baby he ever held, it all falls into place. Jason raises Michael's kid, falls in love with Sasha, and gets his heart broken once again. Classic GH, right? As for Drew, I'm beyond over him. Willow, Carly, and Sonny are working together like a well-oiled machine. What business does Drew have involving Willow's lawyer? They're not even married. he has zero say in this. Honestly, I think he just made everything worse. And why in the world does Carly want to send Michael to Germany? After all her whining about Willow not letting her see him, Germany's hardly a short drive away. What's the logic there? And then there's Mr. Creeper. Who does he think he is? Getting a court order on Willow's behalf without her consent. Did I miss something? When did that become a thing? Drew's the ultimate professional victim. No one kicked him out. He left when Jason moved in. And as for Scout, she needs the stability of her grandmother and aunts more than she needs Drew, who's been nowhere near her. After losing everything, Scout deserves some stability while Drew's off playing important in DC. Alexis, she's the perfect choice to look after Scout while Drew's away. Yes, what better moment to drop that video of Drew and Willow, right? I mean, it practically screams headline material. Just throwing it out there. And here I was thinking Tracy had some common sense, but clearly she missed the memo about Carly's past being a no-go zone. Caroline has now been canonized as a saint, so how dare Tracy remind anyone of Carly's little transgressions? The nerve. Now about Willow and Drew. Aren't they the same age as Jason and Sasha? I'm genuinely confused here. Why is everyone clutching their pearls over one age gap, but no one bats an eye at Jason and Sasha? If Sasha's meant to be Nina's daughter, she should be Willow's age, right? And Drew and Jason are twins. So yeah, the math isn't adding up in my head. Hate Nina all you want, but let's not pretend she didn't give off major motherly vibes with Willow yesterday. I mean, seriously. I actually think it was heartfelt. She doesn't want Willow becoming as vindictive as Nina was. And honestly, I haven't finished the episode. But those moments were surprisingly refreshing. I'm not even mad. Now, Carly and Sunny, they wouldn't be in this mess if they just stood up to Willow and Drew when Willow literally threatened to cut them off from seeing Michael unless they gave her kids back. A simple, "Oh really?" Let's see what Diane has to say about that. Would have saved everyone a whole lot of trouble. And don't even get me started on the whole rewriting history thing. Dante was born to a teen mom. Lois and Ned were married when Brooklyn was born. How are they claiming they were at camp together? You can't have a 13-year gap and pretend they were both at camp at the same time. Dante was born in 1983, Brooklyn in 1996. So, that would make him 17 while she's 4. Not exactly camp buddies, am I right? So, I'm reading all these wild theories that Cody is somehow going to turn out to be Gio's dad via Brooklyn. Yeah, because that makes so much sense, right? Like, why not just toss Gio's entire love life into the trash while we're at it? Oh, and let's not forget poor Emma. She'd be left with literally no romantic prospects since she'd be related to Gio. Nice. Honestly, it's gotta be Dante, because anything else is just a mess that doesn't even add up. Speaking of messes, did Tracy seriously forget about her own shady history when she was busy blaming Carly yesterday? Like, it must have slipped her mind that she hid her father's heart meds out of reach before causing him to have a heart attack, just to manipulate him into signing over his will to her. If we're dredging up 30-year-old skeletons from Carly's closet, why not throw in a few of Tracy's? Okay, but this one's a real kicker. I just caught wind of the next person leaving GH, and it's Eden McCoy, aka Joss. And of course, she's pregnant with Dex's baby while Cyrus is, what else, out to get her. This really blows. Joss has such a huge role, and now they're kicking her to the curb. Not cool. Oh, and for the record, Sunny and Carly aren't keeping Willow's kids from her. There's absolutely no reason they should be stopping Michael from seeing them. The whole thing's ridiculous. And is there seriously no other GH group out there that just wants to talk about the show itself instead of endless political rants? This group is full of whiners. It's like you're not changing anything by complaining. All you're doing is ruining the vibe of this page. I'm seriously thinking about leaving and finding a better group. Lastly, Tracy is literally the most annoying character on the show right now. There's absolutely no way she's going to keep Willow's kids from her. Martin needs to waltz in with the police, the papers, and Willow, and just take those kids back home already. Oh, and here's a thought. Do you think it's possible that when Drew and Cyrus were both in Pentonville, Cyrus was whispering sweet nothings in Drew's ear about teaming up to take down Sunny? Maybe he convinced Drew to stir the pot with Michael and Willow's marriage, making Carly out to be the villain for Michael's accident, all to weaken Sunny's grip on Port Charles? I mean, it's not the craziest idea out there. What do you think? I guess I'm in the minority here, but I'm actually enjoying Trina and Kai. Their scenes today with Aunt Stella were both sweet and hilarious. Go figure. But seriously, Tracy keeping the kids? What a mess. She has no legal right to them. Why isn't Willow storming over to the mansion with the police to get her kids back? And since when is Willow blaming Carly for not returning her kids? Newsflash, it's Tracy who's got them, not Carly. This whole storyline is a train wreck. Why didn't Chase just march upstairs, grab the kids, and bring them to Willow like 5 seconds ago? Oh, and don't even get me started on Diane. She took the kids with a legal emergency order, so how is Tracy still holding on to them at the Quartermaine mansion? Does no one have any common sense here? Just call Chase and Diane, have them do their jobs, and get the kids back to Carly's. It's not rocket science. Apparently, some people are a little too unfamiliar with how court orders work. Diane got that order before the accident on Michael's request by going before a judge to legally remove the kids from Willow. Carly and Sunny, bless their hearts, decided to return the kids without having the proper legal authority. That's why Tracy is still within her rights, folks. Carly, Sunny, and Martin trying to play hero and return the kids. They're the ones breaking the law, not Tracy. Diane was just doing what Michael asked. Simple as that. And yet, Willow isn't just showing up and getting her kids. Am I missing something here? Because Tracy, nor anyone else, has any business keeping them from her. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.